Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Bryce. I'm with Susquehanna Valley High School in Conklin, New York. And right now we're going to go over the domain and range and also a function for, is it a function, for several different representations. So the first thing that I want to talk about is domain. Domain is also all the x values and is also what's called the input. Range is all the y values and is also called the output. If you notice, domain and range are in alphabetical order. X-axis and y-axis, or x value in a point and y value in a point, are also in alphabetical order, and input and output are also in alphabetical order. So that makes it very easy to remember in the English language. So the domain, as it says here, is all of the x values. And all you have to do is put them in braces and list them once. It doesn't say that you have to list them in order from least to greatest. I stop because one was already listed. Let's make that a brace instead of a 3. So that's the domain. The range is all the y values. Notice there's more in the range than in the domain. Is it a function? The definition of a function. For every x, there is only one y value. So that's a very important vocabulary word to remember, function. For every x, there's only one y. Well, this is no, because as we already found out, 1 goes to -2 and also goes to 3. No, because it's 1, -2, or 1, 3. 1 has 2 values, so it's not a function. What if the representation is not in points? Well, these are still points, as someone pointed out in 5th period. You just write down what the point is. The x value is 3, and the y value is -2. So I'm going to write down what the domain is just by listing all the x values. So what I did here was I said -2, -1, +1, and 3. So that's the domain. Is it a function? No, because these 2 points are both at +1 in the x value. That's called the vertical line test. If you have 2 points on top of each other, it is not a function because it's not one value of y for every x that we have here. What we have here is a line, and notice the endpoints are filled in. The domain goes all the way from -4 to +7. We're not looking to see where it starts and where it stops, even though that would be true for the domain. -4 to +7. We cannot list all the numbers because it has all the fractions and all the decimals. So we can write it in interval notation, -4 to 7. Sorry. And because it's included in the points, because they're filled in, that's what it's going to look like. Or we can write in set builder notation for every x such that -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 7. Now the range. You look at the lowest, not the start. You're not going to say, oh, it goes from 3 to -9. No, you look at the lowest number, -9, and then you look at the highest number, +9. So it's all the way, the range is all the way from -9 to +9. Let's look at this one really quickly too. Here, there are no arrows here, but I am going to put arrows. So the domain, even though you don't see it, it keeps on slowly going in this way. So it's from -infinity to +infinity, and it's rounded because you can't stand on that number. And the range, all numbers y such that y is greater than or equal to 2. Because there's the 2. What I want you to be able to do tomorrow is to be able to find the domain and range from a set of points, either written down or on a graph, and to be able to tell me from a picture whether it's a function or not. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me. See you tomorrow.